Club Penguin, a charming game about making friends, hustling for a better living, and oh my god, how is this community so fucked up? We all know what Club Penguin is. It was a little MMO that started in 2005, got bought by Disney in 2007, and then died 10 years later. In between these very broad events, the game grew to have hundreds of millions of players. Disney made toys, they made merchandise, they made a trading card game, they made video games based off of Club Penguin. It was everywhere. The game launched at the forefront of the internet's boom, and that's what helped it reach almost 4 million players in 2 years with no marketing budget. Good thing I didn't waste years of my life studying that. Damn it. The game was an MMO aimed at kids. It had secrets and Easter eggs that blew up online, and it had so much to do. It was bound to be a success. Until it wasn't. But we're not here to talk about how Disney squandered the game. We're here to talk about all the insane shit that went down around the fan revival games that came out after the game had ended. Starting off with Club Penguin Rewritten. This launched in February of 2017, a little over a month before the actual Club Penguin shut down. Based off classic Club Penguin, they used the old art style, the old map. It had none of the bloat that was added into the game, and most importantly, there was no paid membership, which, to be fair, none of them had paid membership. This brought in an older audience as a result, which is pretty important to note going forward. In 2018, only about a year after the game launched, we had our first major controversy. We're really hitting the ground running. Club Penguin Rewritten experienced a major data breach where 1.7 million accounts were exposed. Email addresses, passwords, IP addresses, and worst of all, usernames were all leaked. So if you signed up with your email aubreygraham@hotmail.com, not only could people see that you still use Hotmail, but they could see that your username was sallover224, and that's pretty embarrassing because we all know Q is the GOAT. That's fine though. Data breaches happen. It happens to much bigger companies, except it usually doesn't happen again a year later with twice the number of accounts exposed. We got the same info leaked as the first breach, but this time they also stole accounts with valuable items. This is just a heist at this point, and I don't know if they were going to like flip these accounts or blackmail the people to get their accounts back. In both cases, the information was stored as bcrypt hashes, meaning they were encrypted and you couldn't just open them and read them like a written link fanfiction. I don't know why that's what I decided to compare it to. Luckily for fans, Club Penguin Rewritten learned their lesson and no additional breaches occurred. Unluckily for the Club Penguin Rewritten team, the boss battle music was still playing. The following year in April 2020, Disney sent a DMCA notice to Google over Club Penguin Rewritten's domain. I guess the park closures gave them free time to be assholes again. They asked Google to delist 2 URLs from their search results, but no action was taken as a result. A month later, Disney did it again. Ugh, did they really double text? That's so embarrassing. What's more embarrassing is that nothing happened. Again. So very briefly, Club Penguin Rewritten's history has been 2017, launch, 2018, major data breach, 2019, even bigger data breach, 2020, 2 DMCA strikes. Don't worry though, because Disney would recover from being left on red twice. On a random day in April, I was in the middle of a lecture, and since I had already 100%ed Crazy Flips 3D, I decided to hop onto Club Penguin. Things were pretty good at this point because I finally progressed to where I was in Club Penguin Online, which shut down a few years earlier, so I was very glad to finally be caught up after having to do the same shit twice now. Little did I know, I would bear witness to the worst crime in London since Jack the Ripper's little science experiments. Club Penguin Rewritten was shut down a few days prior. Now, there isn't one main reason why Club Penguin Rewritten was shut down, as they would like you to believe. There's mostly 3 main agreed upon reasons. First of all, the game was being monetized. I know a lot of people online mention how that there were ads in the game since 2017, so this couldn't be the main issue, but the game had gotten so big at this point that one of the owners was allegedly using the money to pay off a house. Second, there were 2 major data breaches at this point. Even though Club Penguin Rewritten isn't associated with Disney, it still doesn't look good when your game has an annual data leak. Yo, is that your boy? The third reason, and the reason they claim they took down the site, is because of copyright infringement. At the end of the day, Club Penguin Rewritten was using Disney's art and software. Even if Disney was just sitting on Club Penguin and not doing anything with it, the government doesn't care. It's still copyright infringement to them. Plus, the game was making bank at this point, which you can't really do as a fan revival game. It's important to note that 3 people were arrested for copyright infringement when the game went down. I'm honestly not sure why they decided to strike in 2022 after most of these major controversies had already blown over, but I think the game had just grown so big that Disney could no longer ignore the mountain of problems it was causing. Next up, we have Club Penguin Journey, which launched in February 2023. They also used the old art style, but they added new and custom content to the game. Now, this situation was unfolding while I was working on the script. This is all brand new news, so please forgive me if something changes or additional information comes out. I'm not That So Raven. Pretty much all the information I got is from a video by Peep is Awesome, so check out their video for more in-depth overview of this whole thing. Basically, there was a group called Pigeon Patrol, and they hacked a side server of Club Penguin Journey to share a bunch of allegations against the creator. This ranged from accusations about the guy being a pedometer, minus the mitter part, lying about the size of one of his body parts, and I guess there was a bunch of drama between him and the rest of the mods. One of these sticks out a little bit more than the other two to me. Someone also got married and divorced in Club Penguin. What I took from it was the owner of Club Penguin Journey had some weird habits, along with sending porn in his Discord that probably had kids in it because this is a kids game. The mods allegedly didn't like him, and the whole team imploded on itself. The official statement says that the game was shut down because the mods kept getting harassed and doxxed, which appears to be true, and they decided to just nuke the whole game to end all the problems, and I honestly do not blame them. Again, this may or may not be an ongoing development. I honestly couldn't find any information about it outside this video because I did not want to step foot in that Discord. Regardless, things are obviously heating up compared to some Hotmail users being exposed as Hotmail users. Now we come to the hottest mess of all the Club Penguin private servers. This one is such a mess that people think Club Penguin Rewritten shut down just because they share 2 of the same words in their title. Club Penguin Online started in 2018 as a revival of the modern era of Club Penguin. Were already off to a horrible start. They had the new map, the new locations, and the new ugly ass art style, but trust me, the art style is one of the smaller issues here. Most of the controversies with this game revolve around one person, and this person was also involved with another Club Penguin private server with god-awful SEO. Virtual Penguin. It was like a predecessor to Club Penguin Online in more ways than one. The team would apparently DDoS and hack other Club Penguin private servers to bring them to their private servers, among other scams they tried to pull. Along with these same practices coming to Club Penguin Online, the private server did not censor or block anything on their game, which sounds like a good thing, but you know, after 5 minutes, it wasn't. The game was pretty much a constant cesspool of edgy humor and garbage comedy. It was just racism and hate speech. While all of this was happening, there were constant allegations against this aforementioned person that did not go away. This guy had your typical creep moveset. They're like fucking Pokemon at this point. Ask for nudes, manipulate, blackmail, be a fucking pedophile. He also did the classic, I'll make you a moderator if you send me pictures, which, coming from someone who's worked a job before, never send a potential employer your picture. That's not how it works. This same guy, along with other mods on the Club Penguin Online team, would DDoS, dox, and threaten other people to grow their Club Penguin game while leaving a paper trail. At this point, what are you doing? Do you think that stealing Disney's game, allowing hate speech to happen on it, and committing literal crimes wouldn't ever backfire? All to be the biggest Club Penguin game? Things came to a climax in April 2020 when an ex-moderator named Dominic uploaded a 34-minute video exposing this freak and the others on the game. And the whole Club Penguin community shit itself again. Rather than remove the pedophile from their team, the Club Penguin Online team would go on to create a statement 2 weeks later, blaming the Club Penguin Rewritten fan base for spreading propaganda. Club Penguin Rewritten was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Club Penguin private server at the time, so Club Penguin Online fucking hated their guts. I honestly don't even know how to explain the situation anymore. This just needs its own documentary. It's also important to know that they did not spend any time in this statement clearing the allegations or denying them against that one guy. And another small note, this is actually a pretty fucking big note. Someone associated with this game got arrested for having... To be fair, there is no confirmation on whether or not it was our friend that we've been talking about here. So after the million allegations against the Club Penguin online team and the explosive controversy after the videos, Disney decided to shut down Club Penguin online. I'm losing my voice over this one. This one is wild. The BBC made an article and a video about this situation. It was big news. They took a kids game, allowed bottom of the barrel degeneracy to happen on it, and they worked with a known pedophile who used this platform to be a bigger pedophile. Also, while researching this, I found another Club Penguin private server that shut down because of theft, and just guess what age group the admin was into. Now it might seem like Disney was doing their usual thing of killing the magic, but in these few instances, Disney was actually kind of valid for their actions. Each of these private servers messed up in their own ways, and Disney allowed them to stay afloat while they were actively spewing hate speech and profiting off of Disney's creation. What really proves Disney's innocence here is Toontown Rewritten. The game has been around for 10 years and has not been attacked by Disney. They didn't monetize the game, they didn't attack other private servers, they didn't keep f***ing pedophiles on their team. Toontown Rewritten kept the game child-friendly. It's a lot less restrictive than the original, but they didn't jump from banning letters in the chat to allowing you to say every word in the English dictionary. From what it seems, the team has kept the community engaged, they've added content that doesn't feel out of place, and they made the game a celebration of the original Toontown. Disney has no reason to go after them because they're not doing the two things that Disney hates the most: other companies making money and not being child friendly. It's kind of telling how badly you messed up when you make Disney look like the good guy or a neutral okay guy. Club Penguin Rewritten was given multiple warnings about their copyright infringement. They genuinely fucked up twice in terms of safety, and the game still ran for 5 years. Club Penguin Journey shit itself. Club Penguin Today shit itself. Like 50 other private servers shit themselves. And all of these are unrelated to Disney's doing. Club Penguin Online ran for 3 years while these heinous accusations and crimes were being committed. It was the fans that were begging Disney to shut down the game. That's how it closed in the end. For whatever reason, the Club Penguin community is a mess. I went through so many controversies and pedo accusations while researching this video. I don't even know why. I don't know what it is about the Penguins. I would say it's on par with the Smash community. Actually, I don't think so. That was a mess. Who knew a game with the initials CP would involve so much actual CP. Toontown Rewritten has had seemingly no issues for 10 years. You could say that Toontown was a smaller game, so Disney doesn't really have it on their radar, but their community didn't have 4 arrests in the matter of 2 years. Toontown Rewritten and every Club Penguin private server has made sure they clearly communicated they're not associated with Disney. Toontown Rewritten just decided to not poke the beast. Club Penguin Online was bashing the beast over with a fucking stick. I love Club Penguin. I just don't have it in me to grind out this game every 2 years when the current version I'm playing shuts down. I'll stick to grinding out Toontown Rewritten every once in a while. That game's chill. I feel like this has been a pretty negative video, so I'm gonna try to wrap it up on a positive note. I genuinely loved Club Penguin Rewritten. I truly miss it. It brought back the charming and unique Club Penguin that most of us grew up with, and it had an older, more mature audience that just wanted to revisit and enjoy the game. These were some chill blokes to hang out with. The game didn't have any of the stupid bloat and newer additions that Disney kept tacking on. It was as the original creators envisioned it before Disney came through. Lance Pribe, I'm sorry, I don't know how to say it, one of the original creators of Club Penguin, showed his appreciation for the game's societal impact during COVID. There were real, talented, passionate people behind Club Penguin. It's a shame what Disney did to their game. And it's an even bigger shame how the fans dragged it through the most disgusting, poop-infested, vile, wretched waters. And I know it's not all the fans, obviously, being very general. It was just a very small minority of every single private server that had issues. Waddle on over to that subscribe button. I honestly had no idea how deep this would go before I started this. Let me know if you were in tune with the CP situation. Thank you so much for watching.